1-15 team takes a running back. You just took your franchise quarterback. You had a running back. And I'd be pissed if I was a Jacksonville fan. I love that, talking about Green Bay. He'll never find out. Believe me, nobody knows better what it looks like when an organization is about to go to shit than a New York Jet fan. And Justin Fields proved that he can hold it together. He can regroup. It's okay if he struggles. And we got a big game against the Eagles, and maybe you need some energy, so wake up! We have every right to expect the Jets to win. Rich Cimini, schmuck, putz. All right. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays. Hope everybody is doing well. And look at me playing around, doing different things, trying to get back to the screen I was originally on, but can't seem to do it. I have a special mock draft number 3 for everybody, just for the fun of it. No, get my Bob. I'm not predicting that this is the stuff that's going to happen. I'm not saying that this is going to happen. I'm not making any claims. I'm just having some fun. I'm saying basically, can you imagine if this is what Gitmo is actually in the chat? It was Gitmo that's here. Captain Chaos, I'm here as promised. Buckle up. I had no idea it was you when I said that. That is awesome. Dude, I was just setting up a mock draft. Again, I know you're not into predicting things, and I know that the board is going to change. Just trying to have some fun. Just trying to think of possibilities of the kind of what we can do as an organization if things were to stay this way on the draft board. So it's just a good time. It's also just a good opportunity to like push our minds together and figure out what do we need as an organization. Like, what's our priorities? Is it edge? Is it a right guard? Is it linebackers? Do we need a shutdown cornerback still, or is Eccles really our guy moving forward, or do we want him to be more of a depth player? Do we need a safety? Or can we keep just throwing guys up the scrap heap at safety? We got a lot of holes. We got a lot of things that we have to fix. But one thing I want to say is I am not in a race to fix it this offseason. We let's remind ourselves, we were 2-14. And then we started this rebuild with a new coach and new quarterback. It's going to take time. So people are going nuts that we have to fill. You have to get a tight end. You have to get a right guard. Look, we need so much depth. We have so much more to go, so far to go in building this roster that I'm going to take the approach that what we need is quality players, and we need to build depth with the back end picks. Right? We need to start filling rooms up with players. Therefore, I'm open to trades, but I think out of our top 2 picks, you're going to always see me take at least one blue chip player. And then I'm not opposed to trading back into later in the round where I still think we can get a very impactful player. Joe Campione is with us, and he says, no matter who you draft, it improves the team. That's the situation. It really is true. I haven't had a draft. I've had ones that aren't as strong as others, but I haven't had one where you look at it and you can honestly say it does not improve the team, because unfortunately it's very easy to do that right now. Let's just hope none of them are busts. So I'm very into going for the safe picks too, guys that I think are more secure, less risky picks. And we can debate whether or not there is such thing. I'm just trying to take in Linderbaum in the top 10. Okay, Gitmo, you're going to like me because I do not take Linderbaum in the top 10. Not when we can get, if we really wanted to go that direction, we could take Patterson in like the 3rd round. There are offensive centers available in this draft, and I don't think Linderbaum is worth a top 10 pick. I think that's reaching, and I just don't think it's the strongest position of need. So I agree with you there. But let's get started. I'm going to do this draft. We're going to go super fast. 7 Jets. Here we go. Just going to have some fun. Let's see who's left on the board when we pick. We got a nice scenario. Okay. Before we even look at the trade, I want to show you something. Okay. Going to show you something. Thibodeau slipped. Okay. It's almost nothing you could trade me to not take Thibodeau. You could disagree with me in the chat. I don't know. I don't know how you feel about that. I'm glad to have some people here to give me some perspective on this. But there's almost nothing you could offer me that says I don't want Thibodeau. There's the Greek guy. He doesn't always make it to our next pick. So that can definitely be an argument. But I think that this has been we've had such a bad run for so many years without a pressure edge. Carl Lawson, we get him. We think maybe he's going to be good. Maybe he's going to be the answer. And what happens? He tears his Achilles. We don't know if he's ever going to be the same player. He might be really good. We don't know. I say we have if we're in a position to take either Hutchinson or Thibodeau, I think we have to do it. So I'm going to reject this tempting trade, although it's not so tempting. You want to move up from 13 to number 4, and you're not offering a number 1 pick? I don't know. I'm not too sure about that. So I'm going to reject, and I am going to grab Thibodeau. I like Hutchinson the best, but it's I'm not going to sit here and claim I know that Thibodeau is not going to be as good a player as Hutchinson, if not better. So here we jump right to pick 8. Who went off the board? The Giants took Khalil Elam. Good for them. And they took George Karlaftis. So I guess it's good that we took Thibodeau when we took him. That worked out well for us. Here's where I get tempted to look at trades, okay? We got our edge. I don't think there's that many players coming up in the next 15, 20 picks that's that much of a guarantee. I mean, Kenyon Green is a guarantee in my mind. Like, that's the safest pick, believe it or not. If we wanted to right now, we could lock up the other guard spot. I mean, and we're just good. We'll have AVT on one side, Kenyon Green on the other, and we are so golden in that scenario. So don't think that I'm not tempted. Nobody talks about Kenyon Green, or so few people, and I don't know why. He would be such a dream pick right here. Evan Neal is still on the board. I just think that Fant's had a really good year. Becton's coming back. So I just don't think we could use one of our top picks on it. I really like the trade offers. Merry Christmas, John. Hope you're feeling better. I really like the trade offers here. Let me look at the next trade because they're not offering a 1, but I like that 2nd and 3rd. I still think we can get a key player at 25. But I'm a little nervous we're going to miss out on the tight ends. And I tend to go to not tight ends, linebackers. And I tend to go linebacker here because unlike some of the Jets peeps out there, I am not a very big fan of our linebacker core. I think we have CJ Mosley. I think is hot and cold. I think he does some good things. I don't know, whatever, but he's getting paid 20-something million. I think it's the last year unless we do some kind of renegotiate with him. They were pretty high on Sherwood. I'm not. Quincy Adams, I like to come in and out of the game on certain, situational type things. But the problem I have with him is he has glaring weaknesses and we don't know that he's going to grow out of it. So I'm very big tight ends. I think this Denver trade is interesting because our 121 goes up to 44. And again, if you look at what's on the board for us, there's still so many possibilities here that are going to still be there. Like Neal will go off the board. Green will go off the board. Even if you want wide receiver, we're still going to get one of these 3 premier wide receivers if you wanted to go that way. If you wanted to tackle badly, Charles Cross is there. I think a little bit riskier. Lindenbaum might be there at 13. I'm not going to pick Lindenbaum. There's a lot going on there. So the thing is, I wish we were getting offered like a number 18, number 19 pick. To me, that's my sweet spot. Give me some more draft capital for 17, 18, something around there. 25 is a little risky. It's a little risky, although we can get Sauce Gardner if the linebackers are gone, and then worry about linebacker in the 2nd round. I love all the other picks we're getting from Cincinnati. I might take this pick. I'm going to let the first person in the chat decide. Should I take this first offer from Cincinnati? Do I do it? I'm waiting. Let's see if somebody responds. I'm asking you to tell me, should I take this trade? It is the 8th pick. I'm getting back the 25th, the 57th, their second round pick, their second in 2023, and their third in 2023 of the Bengals. I'm still waiting for you. And I get a no from Joe. So, Joe, we're not going to do it. We're going to reject this trade. And I assume you want to reject the Denver trade as well. Wait a second. This brings us back to 13. I mean, who do you think we want that's not going to be there? Too far, fall back without getting a future first. Okay, good point, John. But this is not a fall far back. We're going 5 spots. We get to trade our 121 and up it to a 44, which is extremely valuable. That 44 pick could be tight end. That 44 pick could be a good linebacker, a good safety. So many good things. A great running back. So many good things that won't be at 121. You would do the Denver trade. So would I. I just can't pass up on trades, especially ones that sweeten our pot. So here we go. Kenyon Green is still up there, and that's, ooh, look at this. We can now jump up to a 55 from Buffalo. And all we got to do is drop Dean. We could still get Lloyd. We could still get a monster linebacker. Oh, that's tempting. But they want our 159. So let's see what else there. We could drop back 1 pick and pick up a second rounder for New Orleans. I don't see anybody they could take off the board for us that doesn't make that an automatic yes if we don't want to do the other trades. Okay? I don't see anything else. Why don't I drop down a spot here? I don't know who Denver wants or who they're fighting to get, but there's nobody one player that's going to jump off this board that hurts the draft for me. I see Kenyon Green. I see DeVarvin Leal. I see Jameson Williams. I see Lindenberg. If we want a wide receiver, there's a wide. Oh, okay. I see. I see. Drake London's there if we really wanted a wide receiver. There's 2 linebackers that we can go with, so that's why I'm playing around with that. We got options here. Just simple. We got options. We'll still have options at 20. 159 could become pick 55. Dropping down 1 spot, picking up a second rounder with New Orleans just cannot be bad. I wonder if they want Green. I like the way you're saying take Green. Joe, you're like the only other person that agrees with me on that, because I feel like sometimes I'm the only person in the world that talks about Kenyon Green and what he would do to our team. There's no question, man. I mean, can you imagine that offensive line when healthy? I don't care where you put Fanton Becton. People could argue all day about that. But can you imagine those are your tackles healthy with AVT and Green? My God. I know McGovern's not very popular, but he's also not very bad. And we can also get a center for development or to even compete for his job in like the 3rd round if we wanted. So do you think New Orleans trade is too risky? Do you think that's what they're trading up for? Are they jumping up to get Green? They probably are. And then we could drop all the way back and get a bunch of picks from Kansas City. I'm going to reject everything. I never do that. I'm always checking trade capital, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to reject it all. And I'm going to use Joe as my backup, man, because I got an ally in this. I'm going to take Kenyon Green. I'm going to make a lot of people very unhappy, and I'm going to grab Kenyon Green. We're going to build the wall, baby. We're going to build the wall. But now we really got to start thinking defense. Washington always offers me this trade. I love your second pick, but you're asking me for my 109. So both of them want our 109. They want us to drop back a little bit. I look at the board. I see some quarterbacks. I see an edge. We don't need that because we already took our edge. I see a running back. I see a wide receiver. I see an edge. I think we could do one of these trades. Do we want Atlanta's 42nd or do we want Washington's 41st? I think they both are about equal quality teams next year. I don't see one big of an edge over the other. Man, it's just a freebie. Whichever one we do is taking a quarterback. I guarantee it. I think you just gotta. Man, which one? I think I'm going to go with, well, one goes to 42, one goes to 41. We may as well just gamble and take the 41. Let's accept that trade. Who went off the board? Who went off the board? We lost a quarterback. We lost Likely, David Bell, offensive tackle. I couldn't care less about any of those guys. So good for us. Look at that. Atlanta's not done. They really want that 39 pick. Man, I still see our guys further down, but I'm getting a little nervous about losing. Not going to do that trade with Pittsburgh. That's way too far. So let's reject that. Do I really need a 189? No. I'm going to go right now. I'm not going to play any games. We added that offensive lineman. We have to build our defense. We have an edge. And you know what we need on top of that edge? We need a linebacker. And the guy I didn't want to lose, even though we probably could have traded down a little bit, is from Penn State University, or should I say Linebacker University, Brandon Smith. Yeah, I could try countering. Yeah, we'll try a little of that. They never work for me, but we'll give it a shot. I'm going to grab Brandon Smith here. We're going to do a mix of defense and offense because there's some other things going on. Pick 59 is too far back right now with this pick. We need another impact player, I think. So I'm not really interested in that. One more spot, pick up Atlanta's third for next year. I'm going to counter. And I'm going to say, I'm not giving you our 146, but I'll give you our 159, and you're going to give us your second. No, let me fix that. Okay, that's too greedy. Okay. I want their second round pick if I do this. They declined it. Figured they would. Okay, so here we go. What have we taken so far? We have an edge, a linebacker, a guard, and we have the 41st and 44th pick. Okay, so we already added a guard, so we're not going to go there. We definitely could have taken that trade and went down a little. It really wouldn't have hurt us. We took our linebacker, so we're not going there. Let's see. I'll tell you who I really like. I'm going to go offense here, and I'm going to say, Breece Hall. He is the number 1 rated running back by Draft Tech. I love the specs on this guy. I think him and Michael Carter is going to be such a great weapon for Zach Wilson to have another running back that could be just so dangerous. I don't even know that he won't be a running back one, or we're going to end up with the two-headed monster with him and Carter. So I'm going to shock the world and go for Breece Hall right up here. And then we look at 61. I don't like that trade from New England. I don't deal with New England, okay? I don't want no part of New England. No, not interested. Well, are we interested? I dropped down to 61 here. I get their second for next year, man. It's not fun. All right. So, what are we going to do? Really? With all the Jets needs? I'm not done fixing. I'm going to fix the needs. I promise. Dude. I'm not done. Look, right here. Here's a need. Jordan Battle. Okay? Boom. Jordan Battle. So look what we've done, Bob. Look what we've done. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to show you what we've done. Okay? We got an edge. We got a guard. Our offensive line is going to become the strength of this team. The defensive line is going to rebuild and become a strength of this team. So we're going to start to become a team that wins the war in the trenches. Carl Lawson back, Thibodeau, JFM can now move to the middle or stay on the outside. We're building that. We're building the defensive line. Kenyon Green, my God. We start to build the offensive wall. We get a linebacker in Brandon Smith. He is a plug-in starter. Boom, right there we get him. Plug-in starter. We get a running back. I know that feels like a high pick. It probably is not going to happen. Joe Douglas probably won't do it. I just like the idea of having this machine at running back. I think that it would just be such a great weapon if we have Michael Carter. You know, he's missed games this year. What if we have two guys we can rely on, two amazing running backs, both with good hands that could receive, both that could be explosive and get good plays. I just like it too much. And then look what we get. We got Jordan Battle out of Alabama. Plug in, starts day one, safety. Versatile. He's good. He's good at pass defense. He could play in the box. You got to love this, man. Come on, Gitmo. Stay with me, baby. Stay with me. You could disagree, and I'll do your draft next. I promise. Next time we do a draft, I'll let you make all the calls. Okay? Deal? Deal. But this one's mine. Now we're going to go down to 68. What do we need? We need a wide receiver. We need a cornerback. We could build if we see anybody special. I still haven't taken a tight end, and that's concerning. And look who's sitting on the board. Can you believe that? Jalen Weidermeyer. I like McBride better, but for the sake of this draft, I'm just going to lock up Weidermeyer here because let's be realistic. If it was real life, we'd be singing songs if we had Jalen at this pick. So we're going to take Weidermeyer, and we're going to fill in the need of tight ends. Okay, so that's another need that we're filling. I hope you're happy with that, Gitmo. That was definitely a need, right? Tight end. Tight end. So look at the needs that we're filling right now. We're filling needs. Needs, Gitmo. Needs. Don't forget this, too, okay? We have free agency. Some of these spots are going to be filled. If we sign some right guard or if we sign a cornerback with big money or a wide receiver, you don't have to think about that in the draft, right? So we don't know how it's going to play out. We're just having some fun. This is our second to last pick. Let's look who's on the board. Oh, my God. Look who's sitting there. Oh, we already took an edge, but my boy Jeffrey Gunter is sitting there. And I love Jeffrey Gunter. He is a beast. Big, strong edge. So underrated. Slips in every... Good job on that one. Running back wasn't one of them. Okay. Yeah, I know running back is not a strong need for us. It really isn't. It's just so hard to give up on, like we could just grab a star running back and have another star running back. Imagine having two. What do we need? What do we need? We need a defensive tackle, by the way. We do. But it's way too early to take one. It's reaching. Could have taken a running back here, right, Gitmo? I could have just controlled myself, and we could have waited for Tyler Goodson from Iowa. I didn't have to do that, did I? I'm going to go for Gunter. You're going to think I'm crazy, but I think he's going to be a good NFL edge. I think he's going to shock a lot of people. If JD takes him, I know I'm right. If JD ignores him, then it doesn't matter. And let's see. Man, we could grab any of these guys here. We need depth, in a bunch of places. What do you think of Cody Bryant he plays opposite McNeary as a cornerback? You know what? I'm gonna just make Gitmo Bob go ape shit. I'm gonna take Charlie Kohler, another tight end. So that was my last pick. Let's see how we did. This might be one of the worst drafts I've made so far, and all the practice ones. I swear, when I do it by myself just for fun, I end up with the best hauls. And every time I do one live and I'm filming it, it's like something goes wrong. I don't get it just falls apart on me. Okay. So not everybody's going to agree with every pick, but can we agree that we would be a better roster if this happened? Would you rather chance it to real life and say, I hope whatever happens in real life happens, or would you sign the paper to agree to this today? Agree that today automatically lock down, we get Thibodeau. Automatically we get Green. So now we have two potential all-pro guards. We have Becton coming back, and we have Fant, who played like an all-pro all year. Played pretty damn good. We get McGovern, who's still a top 10 center. I don't know if I agree with that because that's according to PFF, and I don't trust PFF. I look at my eyes also. I trust my eyes. But he's definitely not bad. He's definitely not horrible, and we could definitely go center next year. Okay, we could definitely survive with him as our center. If that's our weakest link, like McGovern at center is our weakest link on our offensive line, I think I could live with that. Brandon Smith at linebacker, I think he's a plug-in, starts right away linebacker. He's not as good as the top two. I gave up on that. That would have been reaching for where we were picking. I I would have preferred a trade offer to like number 18 and had a bigger trade haul. And we just didn't get it this draft. But I'll take Brandon Smith and fill that hole at linebacker. The running back was the most questionable, controversial pick. I agree. But if it happened, we'd have to at least look at the bright side and say we now have Michael Carter and Breece Hall. So we have two legitimate running backs. This guy, Breece Hall, might be very, very special. Imagine having two special running backs. I kind of like it. I wish we didn't have to go so high on him, but don't worry, Gitmo, because I got Jordan Battle and filled a big hole in safety. All right, so we get Jordan Battle, solid safety, very versatile, fits into our defensive scheme perfectly. Just making that up. And then we got Jalen Weidermeyer, tight ends. I believe he's a pretty good blend, so I like that. So it's not just receiving. And then is this not going to come up? Okay, good. Then we get Gunter. That's a reach for me. That's like me gambling. I'm sitting there saying with Gunter is I really like him personally. It's a personal thing. There's a couple of people that have agreed with me in the chat when on some of these sites, like when I'm on like Green Bean, like I did one and somebody said, yeah, you're right, he's a beast. Just watch the tape on Gunter and let me know what you think. And Charlie Kohler is because tight end, we're so bad at tight ends. And I think Kohler on this board, I don't think he's really going to go to 159. There's a lot of boards that have him as a second round pick. So if he was there that late in the draft, I would just take him. What a great insurance policy to Weidemeyer that we go the New England way and we have two really solid tight ends. You know who else has two really solid tight ends or even three? Tampa. So, there's a lot of winning teams that have a lot of success that have more than one tight end. And look at that. We even have some capital for next year. We have a second round pick from Washington. I'm not fully happy with it. I've had much better drafts. Let's look at what Gitmo Bob has to say. My buddy, my boy. Other than Hall, it's not terrible because of the need of a high-end cornerback. Of the need for high-end cornerback, two tight ends is a little bit of a reach. Yeah. Especially right now, right? Because we could get a good tight end via free agency, which I think is what's going to stop. I think that's what's going to make me not think we need two tight ends anyway. I think we're going to sign a tight end in free agency and we're going to draft a young tight end. So that's a little bit of a reach. And I don't see Joe Douglas taking a running back that early either, especially after the way Michael Carter played. I just don't see it. It's probably not going to happen. What would you like to develop center in the middle rounds? Yeah, that was the guy that I forgot. You caught me. I like to take most of my drafts. I take Patterson, or the other guy, Lindstrom. Is it? There's like two centers in the mid rounds that I love to grab, and I just missed it on this one. I don't know what happened. It's that running back pick, right? That's what killed me. Let's go. I have notifications set, but not to notice. Hey, no worries. So here was our draft. Should we do another one? You want to do another one? So we could do another draft. It says start new sim, and just like that, we're doing a new simulator. We got a new draft, and we could just run it going. I'll make this video last forever. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays. I promise we will do better in mock number 4, but I still say this makes us a better football team. Getting Thibodeau is really the sweet spot in it, Let's run it back. How can I? Oh, what do you mean run it back? There's no way to go backwards, is there? Oh, I could show you what I did. Like, I traded back the 8 for the 13th pick and the 44th, and I gave them our 121, which they used on John Mechie. With our 41st, I traded back. I traded back our 35th to the 41st, and that's how I got the Washington's second round pick for next year. But I cost us 109, which is where we would have gotten our center. So that's how it happened. And then the Jordan Battle thing, I don't know. Anyway, Merry Christmas. Let's do another. Oh, you want to do another mock? Okay, well, hell with it. Let's just do another one. I don't know. Still got some time before my wife gets pissed. Start a new simulator. Select Jets. 7 rounds, baby, because you never know. And let's go fast. And let's do this draft. Who's going to be on the board? Oh, this time we lose the edges. We lose our edges, both off the board. So we're not going to get a top-notch edge. There are some people who want to take George Karlaftis with the fourth pick. I think it's a reach. So I'm just not going to do that. Let's look at the trade offers. Whoa. No, that was a mistake. No, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, let me close this. So buggy. Let's look at our trade offers. Wow, look at that. Look at that haul. We could still possibly grab George Karlaftis with the next pick. We can get a quality guy, but we can get Kyle Hamilton right now. Adding talent makes you a better football team, so most drafts should make you better. Yeah, I guess so. But Gitmo, we need to be more than just better, right? We need to maximize this opportunity. And I'm looking at a trade that gives us, you said we have so many needs, right? Do I take Hamilton, a blue chip safety, or do I go for all these picks? Second rounder for next year. We get a second rounder. We get a third rounder. We get a fourth rounder. It's like a whole draft class. I'm going to do it because we got the next pick. We got Seattle's pick. So, yeah, I'm going to do it. Let's see. Oh, look at that. We could still take Hamilton if we wanted. That's really funny. But we don't want Hamilton, right? And there's no one else coming up that I care about too much. A lot of guys slip to where we need to go. So I'm going to take this trade also. I'm nuts. I traded back both picks. I'd be the most unpopular person in the world. People would want to kill me. I'm not taking any of those. We can't drop back any further. Okay. So now look what we're looking at. How many people wanted Stringley anyway? I know he only had one good year in college, but you got to look at this guy's attributes. Stingley is a beast, man. He potentially could be a shutdown corner, complete shutdown, Darrell Revis corner. Can you imagine that? With Michael Carter II and with Bryce Hall becomes our CB2 and Eccles is depth. Can you imagine our secondary, how strong we become with that pick? I know Linderbaum is tempting too. I mean, he's an absolute monster. He is a monster. But there's other centers. Man, we have another pick at 18 to still get our linebacker. So we don't have to go linebacker here at all. No need for that. I'm going to just lock up our corner, man. People, it's not the biggest need on the team, but Ajabo takes care of edge, which is really nice. And he's a little bit more of a risk. But he might be better than George Karlaftis. He might be I don't know if he's any less or more of a gamble than George, to be honest. I mean, a lot of people give Hutchinson the attention, but there's a reason why people run towards Hutchinson because this guy's a beast. All right, I'm going to go for edge. You're right. I'm going to go with Get Bob here. I'm going to say the edge is the bigger need. Now, here's what I love, okay? Anything reasonable on these dropbacks? Oh, nah. No. We did our trades. I'm not gambling anymore. Unfortunately, Stingley's off the board. Leal is off the board, but you know who's not off the board? Wait, where is he? Wait a second. Where did he go? Oh, Lloyd already went with the 12th pick. So for linebacker, all we got left now is Dean, Kobe Dean. Daxton Hill's a great safety, but we got good safeties coming up. Linderbaum is still there. I just want to say that Linderbaum is still there. So we're no longer reaching if we take Linderbaum. Got an edge. And Lindenbaum is still there. My God. But Iquana might be a better fit for us because he could play tackle or guard. Our defense is so bad, man. And I feel like Zach is going to, hopefully develop and be a little better. I feel like we're going to get tight ends later. I feel like Elijah Moore's going to come stronger into next season than he was, more experienced and ready to go. I feel like there's natural things that are going to happen for us. I'm going to go Nakobe Dean. We need a linebacker. I'm not sold on our linebackers right now. I'm just not very happy with them. Okay. Don't trade in the division. Yeah, but I think you got to look at the value of the trade. But 38 for Buffalo's third. No, we're not going to trade in the division. Go F yourself. Okay. So here we go. Trent McDuffie is off the board. That sucks. I think we need to go safety here. And I see Brisker sitting right there, baby. Highest value. There's no reach in it. We got ourselves an edge that we're hoping is going to pan out. We got ourselves a linebacker. And now we're going to go safety. And we're going to start building up this defense for real. Okay. We do that. And now we come to our next pick. And at some point, we have to look at the offense, right? And there's Breece Hall sitting there, the best running back. Just kidding, Gitmo. We're not. Perion Winfrey. Yeah, nobody agrees with me that we need a tackle. I don't know why. I think Rankin sucks. I think Folu-Fatukasi sucks. By the way, he's invisible. So's Rankin's invisible. There's a reason we can't stop the run to save our lives because they suck. But you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna double up on linebackers. Screw it. Our linebackers suck. All right. Lucky we made that trade before because we have other picks. Okay, pick 55, 86. No, we don't want to deal with you, man. Oh, I could take a third linebacker. We just rebuild our linebacker corps. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. We could take Jordan Battle here and get another good safety. Yeah, what the hell? Let's go forward. Let's just go crazy on the defense. We made a good trade. We got a lot of capital for our trade. See, that's why I think this is going to work out. We may have not gotten like the blue chip popular, great move. Gitmo. Oh, thanks, Gitmo. We may have not done the popular thing, but look at the ends and how much depth we're going to have. We're really going to start building on the position. Now, here's one that I like that some people are not going to like. Okay. And that is Roger Murray from Auburn, a cornerback. Did we go cornerback? I don't think we did. We doubled up on safety, linebacker, edge. It's never going to happen that we're going to not take an offensive player this long, but I don't care. If we do the trade and we have a lot of picks, we might. I don't care. I'm going for Roger McCreary. I love him. I think he could be a shutdown corner. I'm taking him. And now we're going all the way. We ran out of picks, so we have to drop all the way to the third round. I'm not going to take this trade offer. I'm going to look at that. We can still grab Breece Hall. We can still do it. Oh, my God. But here, and I would never forgive myself if we didn't grab Jarrett Patterson from Notre Dame, our offensive center. We could always move McGovern to guard if we don't renegotiate his contract. But here's a guy. Here's why we didn't have to take Lindenbaum. Jarrett Patterson will be a very solid center in the NFL. At least I think he will. And not so long later, we pick, and we have to start thinking tight end, gentlemen. We need a tight end. Right? The question is, who? I'll tell you who. Oh, no, is he gone? Oh, look, he's gone. Somebody took McBride already? Yeah, shit. Okay, so we need a tight end pretty bad, but I don't see anyone coming for a really long time. There's Jaleel Billingsley. I hear he's pretty good. What are we going to do, guys? Patterson is a good move. Thanks. Let's see. When do we pick again? We pick again at 82. Well, I'm not going to reach for a tight end. We're just going to have to back end it. We're going to have to assume we signed a free agent tight end, and we're going to have to back end it. I'm sorry. I got to go Breece Hall. He's just, how does he fall that far? How do you not go for, you just got to take Breece Hall there. You just have to. Watch his tape, and you'll understand why I have to go Breece Hall on that. If you really can't see it, you need to watch his tape if you haven't. 93 New England. I can't do business with New England. I could do business with San Francisco, but they want me to drop down 5 spots for a 7th. So I just don't see that. Okay, here we go. What do we got? What kind of talent do we got? I'm going to do something very unpopular right now. I'm going to take a defensive tackle because Rankins and Foley sucks. We need a defensive line, people. We don't stop the run. So we got safeties, we got linebackers. We're gonna get new internal linemen on the inside. That's what we need. Okay. Now I'll take Jaleel Beasley. Let me look because there's some guys that slip and I don't want to miss out on them. Trey Barry, Sam Laporta. You see, I think Sam Laporta is better than Beasley, but look how far down he is. And then Charlie Kohler is better than all of them. But how do I can get him as a backup later. Let me take Billingsley. Somebody thinks he's good. Maybe they know more than I do. Okay. And now we got 2 picks in a row. Edge. We've already went crazy on safety and linebacker, so we don't need any of that. I'm going to go developmental tackle and take from Mississippi, Nick Broker. And then I am going to take a developmental guard in Marquise Hayes. I think we got some more picks in the back end. There we go. And with that pick, let me go offense here, tight end, see if he's still on the board. Charlie Kohler is there, or Sam Laporta. Oh, man, that's a tough one. Green Bean really loves Charlie Kohler. He really loves him. Sam Laporta is good too, though. Most productive tight end process in recent memory. 106 catches for 1,400 yards, 7 3 seasons. He has the size, but many NFL teams could be at the position. What do they say about Laporta? Same story, different day. The Hawkeyes have yet another tight end punching a ticket in the NFL. While Laporta doesn't necessarily stack up with George Kittle, physically, he should hear his name called relatively early. On top of being solid run pass blocker, Laporta excels inline receiver. He's rattled off 40-plus yards in 5 of 7 games, 28 catches in 2014. Now he won't wow with blazing athleticism, but he has enough gas to stretch the field. Oh, any opinions? Anybody? I'm just going to go Kohler. So I can forgive myself in the morning. Let's see. Look how many picks we ended up getting. We got so many picks. I'm just taking so many like developmental guys. Calvin Austin, wide receiver. We didn't take a wide receiver. Also, the 3 receivers returning them. Catching passes from Brady White. Deceptive routes with proficiency. He has a great body control, hand strength, and contested ability to his size. Huh. Well, I'll take a flyer on him, right? Any reason not to take a flyer? Interior offensive line still? We haven't taken enough of that for you? Okay. Let's take Cade Mays from Tennessee, offensive guard. Boom. I think we did better than last time. Joe is like, do it again. Let's just sit here all day and draft. I'm supposed to watch that movie Love Actually with my wife. She's gonna get pissed. She'll be like, Honey, you promised every year we have to watch Love Actually. Okay. All right. So who did we get? We get Dave Ajabo at Edge. Man, I hope he pans out. Gitmo. I think he could. I think he could pan out. He might be very good. Carl Lawson might pan out too. He might come back okay. Together, they might be really good. We got Huff. Franklin Myers could stay on the outside if he has to. So we could be okay there. Now, this is what I love. Nicole, that's a plug-in linebacker. Boom, we have a linebacker. Boom, starting safety. Boom, another linebacker who should start. If they believe in Sherwood coming back from injury and Nasaldine, we're in trouble because I don't believe in those guys. I just don't think they're linebackers. I think we need prototypical linebackers. And these are very fast, speedy, strong, good tackling linebackers. Exactly what we need. Jordan Battle, I love him. I'm absolutely thrilled with him. Can you imagine? We get Brisker and Battle back there. Then you get guys like Elijah Riley and Ashton Davis as depth. I like it. McCreary is never really going to make it to 50. He may even go in the early second round, late first round. It's possible. He is an absolute potential great cornerback, and it's a high valued position. So we just don't know. I love that JFM can move back inside. I agree, Bob, 100%. I think that's why we gave him that contract. I think we gave him that contract because of the versatility. I think that's what makes him so valuable. Jarrett Patterson is a future starting center, if not first year. What's great is if he comes into camp not ready, we still have McGovern. If he's ready, McGovern can compete for right tackle, right guard. I mean, so it's nice to have some competition at the right guard position. And I think we'll have a very strong overall. We'll have a very strong offensive line in that scenario. Breece Hall, that's my guy. I know no one likes him, but at 77, I couldn't. I'm sorry. There's value picks. He's the 44th ranked player in this. He's the number one ranked running back in many draft boards. At 77, I've got to take Breece Hall if he's there. I just got to do it. Besides, we love to take players with the same name. Then we get Devante White, defensive tackle. I love him. I was watching him for Georgia, and I thought to myself, I know that taking defensive tackles is not very popular, but I think that's only the case when you're taking a defensive tackle with the 6th overall pick in the draft. I think at the 82nd pick, we're allowed to take a tackle, especially when we're a team that cannot stop the run. We've been an absolute joke this season. It's embarrassing how bad we are against the run. So I am not going to sit there and pretend that Sheldon Rankins and Foley, not Ocasio, are the answers, because they're not. I don't care what he did in 2020. Okay? Neither of those guys were run stoppers this year for us. So that's it. And then, we always need more O-line, but don't worry about it. I added to it. After I took Jaleel Billingsley, just to make sure we had a tight end, I took Nick Broker, offensive tackle from Mississippi. He's a big 320-pound guy, developmental guy. Again, we have competition at the right guard position. We have our starting tackles. There's nothing wrong with having this guy might be a starting tackle someday, Nick Broker. So let's go for it. Marquise Hayes from Oklahoma. He plays for a big school, big people, big Oklahoma boys. Yeah, big, strong. Maybe he develops into a starting guard someday. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he's good depth. I don't know. But look how late in the rounds we are, man. We're throwing darts, right? We're just hoping some of these guys pan out. If Joe Douglas actually took them, it would mean something because he knows what to do. They have a ton of scouts. So it would be if we could trust whoever they're taking, they see something in them. We have some hope. Let's see. Yeah, you could just take tackles every year, right? And then Charlie Kohler at tight ends. And then we go another guard with Cade Mays. I don't think you could bring too much offensive linemen into our camp. Not after what happened last year. I think you can't have too many offensive linemen come in. We also have to remember that this is ignoring free agency. We have no idea. They say we have $50 million in cap. We really have more because there's a lot of guys that we're not going to re-sign and bring back. So it's not like if we brought nobody back, we don't only have $50 million. There's a lot of contracts that aren't guaranteed that we can get out of. Some that we will. We might renegotiate with McGovern. I don't know if we're going to really pay him $10 million. We'll see. We might have no choice. But it's going to be interesting when we look at the contracts and see how much money we really have. Also, the cap is probably going to go up a bunch of money too. So we'll see how that impacts everything. Anyway, this is a pretty good haul. A lot of good players here. A lot of good potential. A lot of potential busts. David Ojabo might not work out. Brisker or Battle can end up being not that good. McCreary could be a bust. Jarrett Patterson might just be an average, below average center. There's a lot that can go wrong. Let's be honest. But this is a more interesting draft. This draft, we went less for the big, huge blue chip top 10 names, but we got a lot of volume. Look how many players we bring into camp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 players. And the top 8, by the way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way to Breece Hall, are extremely highly regarded talent. Breece Hall, like I said, look it up. He's like the number 1 ranked running back on a lot of boards. Jarrett Patterson is only available at 68 because of the position of center. That's the only reason, because centers happen to drop. Okay, this guy could be who knows what. Could be a Pro Bowl center for all we know. McCreary could be a first-round corner. Some people have him going in the very late first round, early first rounds for McCreary. So a lot of people love him. And again, Battle Brisker could be busts, could be stud safeties. We'll see. But it's nice to have a pair of them. And it's nice to have a pair of linebackers. I mean, so what we did here in this draft is volume. Volume. Some of them will miss, but some of them will hit. That's what we need. We need to. It's not just guys that we need to throw in there. We need to hit. We need to hit the bullseye on a few. We need a break here. Biggest gamble to me is David Ojabo. I did it for you, Gitmo, because I am president of the Gitmo fan club. Now I'm really going to say goodbye. Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. I might do another surprise mock, but I'm going to be online all day tomorrow. I'm going to join John Post on Pure Adrenaline. That is at 12 o'clock Eastern, just for fantasy stuff. And then I'm going to jump on with Green Bean if he'll have me. He usually does on Jets Nation. So I'll just have some fun watching the game with y'all, having a watch party. And then at about 1:45 to 2 p.m. Western time, so 5 o'clock Eastern, I jump on with my brother and we cover, like, from the second quarter on, all of the late games. There's 3 of them, and we jump around. We both are watching different games. I watch 2, he watches 1, and we jump around to whatever and tell you what's going on in them, and we react and have fun and talk football. So if you want to join for that, join me for that. So it's a busy day, and then I'll be back for another mock draft probably on Monday or Tuesday, and then I'm going to do my normal and my new regular weekly show, Wacky Wednesday, episode 2. Take care, guys. A 1-15 team takes a running back. You just took your franchise quarterback. You had a running back. And I'd be pissed if I was a Jacksonville fan. I love that, talking about Green Bean. He'll never find out. Believe me, nobody knows better what it looks like when an organization is about to go to shit than a New York Jet fan. And Justin Fields proved that he can hold it together. He can regroup. It's okay if he struggles. And we got a big game against the Eagles, and maybe you need some energy, so wake up! We have every right to expect the Jets to win. Rich Cimini, schmuck, putz,